Hey everyone, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Although I am a licensed clinician, I'm also just a person. I love to be able to be in my real life and speak from that point. And that's where this podcast is coming from. So enjoy.
Searching for truth, looking for answers. There must be a way to another day.
What's up? It's Aaliyah.
And Joe.
We're back. What movie do they say that? We're back. Where's that from?
We're back.
Yeah, just like that. We're back. That's some creepy show. I feel. Was that Poltergeist?
Oh, I don't know. I had never finished that movie.
You've never seen all? I can't even talk.
No,
about
I
it right
can't
now,
watch
actually.
it.
Yeah,
I can't watch it. It was like the scariest movie back then.
Scariest movie ever.
My dad always wanted me to watch it, but I was like fucking
Karen
6
Land.
years old.
I have to get it out of my head. It has to go away. Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah. So what's up? What's been going on? What's been going on in your life, Joe? See that? I feel like that would make this podcast like almost a little more interesting if, let's say, like we weren't together and didn't see each other, because then it would be like
hey, what are you doing?
I'm seeing you, right? Like for the first time in a week. Like,
although we
hey,
don't
what's up,
really
man?
like see each other, like, well, we see each other, but like hang out like this. I mean, at
really
nighttime.
only at night and on the weekends.
Yeah.
So
not really.
But still, because you always want to talk. So it's like, I know exactly what happened in your day every single fucking night, you know? Like.
And it's still not enough, which is the reason why we have this podcast, you know?
Still not enough.
And even this is like, you know, the hour and a half. I'm like, that's it?
I know.
Most of the time.
I know. So I do want to comment, I feel like, just on last week's podcast. I was like, really just... So for those of you who heard last week's podcast, Joe, like, really, you really came at me. Like, and I felt attacked by you. And it was really overwhelming. And I was like, this is like a lot. So I felt as though I was managing it and managing my frustration in the best way possible. But when I heard,
Just keep going.
When I heard, well, actually, when you sent me the podcast to listen to before we actually put it, because I was like, I want to hear it first, right?
Yeah.
And then I heard it, and then I was like, oh, God.
Like, I sound ridiculous.
It's not that I sound ridiculous, but like, you know, I had a little moment where I was just like, dude, fuck off. Like, that's really what I wanted to tell you. Just like, shut up.
Sorry.
You know, like, God.
But I mean, since then, though, like, you've initiated a few things.
Not because of you nagging me and shaming me about what I eat and all these foods. I started back up working out and all these things that I guess Joe would like me to.
All these things like what?
Oh my God, man. I started working out because that's been a long time coming for me, and I knew that I was going to do it. It's just on my own time when I'm ready. That's how I work, you know? Like, don't come at me all the time. I did it, right? And now I'm working out. This organic food thing and everything we eat and everything has to be strict. And blah, 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 blah. Yes, I hear where you're coming from. And I'm not saying that I don't agree with you, especially for my medical issues. And especially because I want my daughter to be able to, like, you know, hang out with me like I hang out with my dad when he's 70, you know?
Yeah, like, we have to try harder because we're going to be, or we are, older parents, technically. You know?
How old are we going to be when she's...
When she's 20,
21?
we're going to be like 60-something.
That's young.
Well, now it is, I guess, if you think about it. But, like, when we were growing up, you know, 20, if you're 20s, well, I guess so. Because my parents were like, when I was 21, no, they weren't
Your
60.
parents
They were
are
like
older.
50. No, they were in their 50s when I was 21, 22.
That's even younger.
I think they were.
Okay. I mean, I could
don't
do that.
fucking know.
I just don't want to be like 70s and she's like 21.
Yeah. I'm more thinking about like 30, because 30 to me was like, by 30, you're actually a real adult. And not that like anybody in their 20s isn't a real adult. They just, they only know what they know, unless you're like a very well-traveled young man or woman and have experienced a lot of life
Right.
when you were younger. Like, you don't really, it doesn't really start clicking till you're like late 20s, early 30s,
Oh, so you're looking
So-
for those moments where you can have these like conversations. before it
Yeah,
really
it's
starts
going to take me
clicking.
30 years to talk to her like
Yeah,
this.
I just want her to hang out with me. I just want to hang out with her. So I don't even care what conversation we have.
So at that point, then we're 70.
For you, I'll be hanging out with her,
But think of it now, right?
having
Like,
conversations about whatever.
so your dad's 70 and we're 40.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, but when Soul's 40, we're going to be 80.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not cute.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why we gotta be like, the whole point of me talking about these things last podcast was, you got to think about that shit. You got to think about 40 years from now. How do you want to be? Do you want to like be like some brain dead 80-year-old, or do you want to be in shape and
No.
being able to travel and still be able to do shit? I want to be able to do that shit until at least till I'm 90.
Luckily for me, I feel like my father's side of the family especially has aged all really well. Right?
Yeah, but you can't just rely on that.
I just feel like we have like really good genetic. Like it's just like genetically like everyone's really.
I have that too, but I mean, I don't give a fuck about it. That's just a bonus to me. I treat myself, my genetics, as if it doesn't exist. Like, who cares? You can't just be like, oh, that's the easy way out. That's like, oh, well, my genetics will take care of it. I don't really have to do too much.
Well, that's not really what I was saying. I'm saying like a contributing factor here is that it just so happens that I have really great genetics when it comes to aging, apparently.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So then that's good. It's good for our daughter, too, because if it runs on my side and your side.
Like you could never look at my dad and think he was 70.
Yeah. No. My dad's starting to look his age a little bit now.
Your dad looks his age.
Yeah. My mom. Yeah. Yeah. No, they do. Yeah.
I don't think your mom looks her age, but she acts the age. And
Yeah, see, my
that's
dad
what-
doesn't act
Your dad
it.
doesn't act the age. He looks the age. Your mom doesn't look the age. She acts the age.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How
So,
that goes.
anyways, yeah, it's like when I'm 80, I just want to, and for when you're 80, you have to start doing things when you're 40, 30 even. At least 50, you got to start doing something. Because I feel like by the time you're 60, physically, there's no stopping it. You've already started deteriorating. You start deteriorating physically in your 40s, actually.
Yeah, there's this one just to like really, because this is when I think about like what I want to kind of like sound like or look like or just kind of like. So there was this lady that I used to work with. My God, like 10 years ago. But when I had her, she was about, I would say she was 76, 77. And it was amazing because, first of all, cool as shit. Like, cool as shit, Like,
And she was 70 something?
76, 77,
Yeah.
cool as shit, so open, so like wise, so just like, artsy, so talented, like just all these. And her grandchildren who were like teenagers, she would talk about hanging out with them. And I'd be like, wait, you're hanging out with them? And she'd be like, yeah, they love hanging out with me. We go out, we do things. And I'm like, oh, I could never hang out with my grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're like 15, 16 and they want to chill with her, some like chill shit. And I'm like, that's that shit.
Yeah. See, those are the types of people.
Great dresser, hair's always great. It was like either pink or purple. I loved it.
But I think that's it. Like you have somebody like that you can look at. Like I don't really, I mean, I guess there are people that I don't know. Like I kind of like emulate that thought, or I create my own like vision of who I am.
Yeah.
But at least like it's nice to have somebody or have seen somebody that is doing what you want to be doing. That way, you know, for me, I would have been all over her. I would have been like, freaking, how did you do that? What do you do on a regular basis? Like every day, what is your life like? So I can like start emulating that.
We're in
you know?
therapy. I'm not like, but on the side, actually, I would be like, damn, you are like just killing life right now. Yeah. Loved her.
Yeah. So, you know, when we start comparing ourselves or not looking at like if we compare yourself to like just who you used to be or people that you used to hang out with or whatever, it's like you're not pushing, you're not moving anywhere really. You're just like, oh yeah, I
don't think so much. I think that depends on the mindset that goes with it, because I know for me, I like when I look at who I was, even like, okay, so there's different points of who I was, right? So when I look at who I was, let's say at like 18, I'm like, gross. Do not ever want to be there again. Disgusting. I am more motivated than ever to make sure that never happens, right?
Well, you're never going to go in reverse like that, so you're not worried about that.
But like when I picture myself even at like 30, because I remember when I just turned 30, you know? And even that life, I'm like, fuck no. I never want to be back there. I will do everything. And that's not like, I mean, honestly, like if let's say we ever got divorced and I was single, you know, minus being a mom, but like once Soul got older, I could easily kind of have somewhat of that life again. I'd be going out with my friends, right? And it's like, ew, I don't want that. I just like hanging out with you.
It's fun sometimes. It's fun to do that. And we do that sometimes, you know, but it's like to have to do that every weekend because you're looking for a significant, you know, your next wife
and not
or
saying that like, look, been there, so more power to it. Like, I understand, I get it. I'm just glad that's just a place that I don't want to go back to. So I'm more motivated now,
right,
to make sure that I, you know. So if you look at it that way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so what the whole looking into the future and understanding who you're going to be and whatever and what you want out of life, like I keep saying that all starts now, and it's not just physically, it's mentally, it's like career-wise, all these things. Yeah. And it's good to look forward. You can't live there in like la la land and like wish that this is all going to happen without you doing anything. So then you have to like come back to the present and say, okay, when I'm 80, here I am, Joe, 80 years old right now, right? I'm looking back. What would I say to the younger 40-year-old me? Joe, you should have fucking ate more organic food or exercised more or done whatever, because I'm really feeling fucking hurt right now at 80 years old and I don't even like getting out of bed, right? Or what, like what would that older you, the ideal you, be saying to you if he was able to talk to you now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll know that I wouldn't say anything such as you should have, just because it's like...
No, if you could talk to the 80-year-old person right now, they came down. 80-year-old Aaliyah.
Like if I was an 80-year-old...
Right now, I'm 80-year-old Aaliyah talking to 40-year-old...
Right. I wouldn't say you should have done anything.
How do you know?
So the only reason
Not should have. They're telling you you can do it right now and change this 80-year-old person that just came down.
Oh, okay, because
not
the
like
example that you gave was like they come down and they're like, well, you should have eaten more and you should have had more.
Well, that's what they're saying from their perspective, should have, but they're telling you do this because otherwise this is what it's going to look like, you know? So basically I have those conversations with myself, my 80-year-old self all the time.
See, I also just think it's like based on like you have to, I always tell people, when you have a good understanding of how your brain works, when you have a good understanding of how your brain just functions, your personality, everything, then you know how let's say you like things, or you know how you think, or you know how you learn, you know how you hear things, all of that stuff, right? So whereas maybe you would hear your older self and you'd be like, yeah, right? My older self wouldn't speak to me that way.
Well, mine wouldn't either. That was an example. I'm saying, what would they say?
My older self would probably not even come at me like, hey, like, I really think that maybe like getting into some stuff right now would be a good idea because look, when you're 80, da da da. Like,
right.
like she would have to come at me on a whole other
Ideally,
level.
my older self, if he came down right now, would be like, damn, Joe, you're doing everything the exact right way.
I mean,
That's what I'd like to think, but I'm always just trying to push the perfection of that.
I feel like my 80-year-old self though knows that my 40-year-old self likes to figure things out on her own. So therefore, she would just
She
be
would
like,
plant
she would
seeds or
just, yeah,
something?
she would just be like, all right, girl, yeah, just,
You're fine.
keep doing what you're doing, maybe, but whatever.
Like she'd come down
and
in
I'd be like, mm.
No, she'd come down in like a fucking like a wheelchair or some shit, right? And like fucking 300 pounds and be like, hey, yeah, you're doing a good job, right? And then she knows that would fucking plant a seed in you, right?
I mean, if she looked like not that there's anything bad with that, but for me, I don't want to be in a wheelchair at 80.
Right. So she would know that she doesn't have to say a word to you. You just saw, right?
Yeah, I guess that would I'd be like,
She'd be like, "Yeah, you're
I
doing
can't be
you're
in a
doing a good
wheelchair."
job. Look, we're fine. We're fine." That's what she would say, right?
probably. She'd probably do it that way.
And then you'd just be like,
Or maybe she didn't really, maybe she wasn't. She was actually fine. She was walking, but she had some internal stuff going on that's also not good, right? Mm-hmm. And I couldn't see it, let's say, on the external, right? But it was all internal. And she would tell me, she couldn't just tell me those things because I would just be like, mm-hmm.
"Really? Even if you were talking to your actual 80-year-old self
No,
that
she
said,
would have to come at me in a different way. She'd have
Oh
to be
my
like,
God,
look, this is what's happening. She'd have to be like, look, girl, this is what's happening, okay? I have this, I have this, I have this, okay? So that means that you're going to have this and this. So it's like, figure it out. You can do this or do this, but this is what's going to happen. Now, she knows, though, that when she tells me this at 40 years old, that I'm going to be like, okay, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Oh my God, this sounds awful. Okay, I understand. I understand. And then I'm going to go back into my life and I'm going to probably still do what I was doing.
Really?
Because it takes me a minute, Joe. You should know this about me.
Yo.
It takes my brain a minute to connect dots and for things to really it's just how my brain works. Someone has explained this to you already.
I mean, okay.
I always figure things out. You know that. You've seen me do it. I will always figure something out and I'll always do, let's say, this thing up here, but it's the way that my brain processes information to get there is different from yours.
Hold on. First off, let's bring it back a little bit.
All right.
If the 80-year-old you literally just showed up here, just that in general, it's like your brain is exploding. Like, what the fuck are you doing here, right?
Of course.
So I'm just trying to paint the picture here of this, right? You just something happened that has never happened to anybody else on Earth.
Yes, I'd be like, oh my God, this is
and
wild. Yes,
and
that would be insane.
you're like, they're coming here to tell me something.
Yes, that would be
and
insane.
that impact of that is still not enough.
I'm not saying it's not no. See, this is the thing about you, is that I'm not saying it's not enough.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying that my brain doesn't work like that, meaning I can't just hear something and then jump and go, okay, right now everything's changed. Like, it takes me a little bit
Well, you're
to
right.
really kind of get into something.
All right,
and
so
to start something up.
mentally-
So I'm not saying that I'm not getting it. I'm hearing it, and it makes total fucking sense. But I'm not just going to go back upstairs and be like, my whole life has changed right now. That's not realistic. It's not realistic.
Well, yeah, but you can start implementing things right away.
Slowly, right, exactly. Slowly implement things. Like, if, let's say, one of the things that my 80-year-old self was like, girl, you're going to have to stop. Let's say I drank coffee, and she was like, girl, stop drinking coffee because that gives us, I don't know, some shit, right?
Yeah. You could stop that today. But
in that
you
moment, if I was drinking coffee every day, all day, no, I wouldn't probably be able to stop it at that moment. I would probably have to wean off or have to because of caffeine stuff and da-da-da-da. And
Well, when you
stuff, blah, blah,
you
blah.
did just stop cold turkey though a couple years ago, didn't you?
No, it wasn't cold turkey, but
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
I thought you did.
I was already weaning, though, at that point. Like, I didn't really drink as much coffee at that point.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
drink that much coffee, so it wasn't like,
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what I'm basically saying is I'm trying to be realistic about the brain and how the brain works. And it's not so quick when you've formed habits, right? Like, again, if she was like, let's say if I smoked and she was like, hey, we're about to have COPD, or OCPD, sorry, obstructive pulmonary,
Lung cancer?
no, it's COPD. Then I'd be like, oh my God, that's fucking crazy. I can't have that at all. But if I was a long time smoker, constantly smoking, there's no way I would be able just to be like, throwing the cigarettes away. I'm addicted
Yeah.
at that point. I have to fucking wean myself off and like,
I guess so.
I'm being realistic. You're like so like do everything.
Okay, so realistic to the way that you perceive things.
Realistic to just how certain things are, like in terms of like it's not so easy. It really isn't. It's not so easy to just like give something up or stop doing something that you've been doing habitually for God knows how fucking long. Like it's not like the easiest thing.
No, I get it.
So I hear you,
But-
80-year-old self.
Okay,
and I don't want to get there, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do, but I need a moment because I gotta fucking figure shit out.
Right. I guess as long as the goal, the impact is there and it's not going away because your brain was just blown away that you talked to your 80-year-old self and they told you some things that you need to do.
No, I mean, that's
as long
still
as
like-
that still lingers and continues on and you're actively doing things. Okay. Anyways,
You know what I feel? You know what I want sometimes? Sometimes I want someone else out there to tell me what they heard me say. And then I want to know if it's the same as what you hear. Because I feel like, because I'm like, wait, did I not? Because like, not that I never said, and this happens to us a lot, where I'll be like, I never said that.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, you said that. And I'm like, what? Like, I never said that. All I'm saying is that it takes me time. I'm not saying
well,
that
you
I
do
don't
the same
care.
thing too. Remember today I grabbed these protein bars. And I said, these are the types of things that
You didn't say
our
types.
daughter should be eating right here because they're high protein, low sugar.
You didn't say types.
And then she's like, you didn't say types. I was like, yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did. She's like, you said these ones and now she doesn't like them. And I was like, no, I said these types of things. They're expensive, so maybe we can look at other things similar
First of all,
to
you're
it.
telling the whole story completely wrong, first of all, because it had to do with how expensive they were. And
Had to
now
do with
you're
how
like,
expensive they
"Ooh,
were."
these are the things that she should be eating. That's what you said. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Thinking, all right, well, then let's get them. And then you were like,
Well, but they're kind of expensive.
oh, they're kind of, and I was like,
Right.
well, then why the fuck are you saying?
Because you're acting like these are the only fucking bars out there on earth that fucking have 9 grams of protein and 2 grams of sugar. Like these types of things. And I am like literally no joke. I'm 99.9%
You didn't
sure
say types.
that I said types.
You did not.
But this is the other thing. I think this is the thing too. You're very particular on your wording because
Yeah,
that's
very.
what you do, right? I'm not. I'm like, you get it. You get what the fuck I'm saying.
A word, I'm like, word. I hear it,
because
hold on.
the fucked up shit is because you do get what I'm saying, but you just want me to say it this fucking precise way. So that's why I get annoyed with it.
Yeah. I think sometimes, I don't know if I do it just because,
You do it to fuck with me 'cause you're Sagittarius.
I just want to hear you
Yeah,
fucking say
fucking
it this way, you little fucker.
Yeah, Sagittarius in you. That's what that is.
So funny.
Always fucking with the Virgo. So like the Sagittarius, his goal in life is to fuck with every Virgo on Earth.
So easily fuckable. Like,
That's what she said.
all right.
So on that topic, where is this? Who's on here? David did join. Okay. So David, our friend David said he wanted to jump on. Are you there?
He's not here.
Oh, he's not on there?
Not right now.
He's right there. He joined.
That's David?
Yeah. I'm on my laptop trying to
Did he come in
scroll my phone.
So he's not through Mad Love Design? Mad Love by Design?
No, I don't think so. I think they were.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, Dave, just if you want to jump on, just hit us up on here. Well,
Well, what are we talking about right now? We didn't even get into
well, I don't know.
finish with the 80-year-old version. So,
Oh, well, how does that end? Okay, the 80-year-old version of you comes down, and then they mysteriously disappear after they tell you what you need to do.
right. And then I
If that happens, you're right. You know, that's going to take me 2 days to be like, I'll be in bed, be like, what the fuck? What
right,
the
that's what I'm
fuck?
saying.
Like, I won't even be
you
like,
have to process it.
you
It's
tell
too
anybody.
much. Like,
Yeah, and it's not even about the information. It's about the actual, they came
This
down
just
here.
happened.
Yeah. But for me, that would be the most impactful experience of my life. And whatever the fuck they said, I would listen to every single goddamn word and do exactly that immediately.
See, but that's what Sherry had mentioned though to us is that so Joe and I did like a session one day with a marriage therapist to just like do just like couples therapy, which Joe loves.
Why did we do that again? We did that.
Because we're constantly in conflict about food that I give Soul.
Still.
Literally was the only reason why at this point. It's the only reason why we ever argue. It's all food-based, people. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I feel like I need someone else. So here comes Sherry, who's amazing. And she explained to you and to the both of us in this session that we're actually the same personality. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there and I'm like, and I knew that we were alike, but I didn't really know how. And then she broke up and I was like, oh my God. But what she said was that you have managed to literally work on all that stuff that comes with it, not even knowing exactly what you were working on, but you were just doing it. And so you're farther along actually than me in terms of the like processing part. Your brain also processes really, really fast. I process a little slower. It takes me a little time to kind of like connect things. So she's like, whereas, and the example she gave was this. So you'll explain to Aaliyah about making Soul's food or making those egg cups, right? And she was like, so this is what you'll do. You'll make the egg cups because in your mind, you're like, this is the most efficient thing possible, right? So all I have to do are make these egg cups and then I'm going to freeze them. And then whenever she wants one, I just take it out, boom.
Instead of making eggs like 3 times a day. Put it in the microwave
and then she has it. Efficient. I don't have to do it, right? So you were telling me to actually do that while you were gone in Rhode Island. And I was like, okay. And I was like resistant. And you were like, I don't understand. Like, what is the big deal? And we were arguing over this. And I was like, because I'll make it. I'll just do it like on my own time. And you were like, just do it now. But my brain was thinking. And how Sherry broke it down was she was like, while you were thinking how efficient it was for you, in my brain, I was thinking, okay, so now I have to find a moment in the day as a single mom trying to make these fucking egg cups and do all that and make sure that I get it done in between this and this because she's up my ass and I have the fucking dog and I got this, that. So my brain is trying to put all these pieces together of how and when I could even make the fucking egg cups. Whereas you're like, it's the most efficient thing, just get it done, right? Like, and it's like, now eventually I get there,
right.
But it's still like...
Well, I would make them at like freaking 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night after she went to bed, and it would take me, like, I know how long, it would take me like 20 minutes or whatever. But if you think about it, if you're going to make eggs every single day for the kid anyways, which you did, we used to give her eggs every morning. So you'd make eggs. How long does it take you to make eggs? You got to crack the eggs, you got to scramble the eggs.
It wasn't making sense to me. For me, I was just like...
Over the course of a week, you're going to spend...
I know. I hear what you're saying, but in my brain, it was like, it's an extra thing that now I have to find time to do. And I understand what you're saying, but that's how my brain was thinking.
And actually, this just came up the other day when we were talking about the... what was it? Where you were thinking like what I was doing was like the easy way out or something, and I was explaining to you that
solely
it was
because
more
I just
efficient.
took I when I hear efficiency when you say it and I see what you mean by efficient, I do. But when I hear that and see it, I'm like, okay, it's also the easy way. For you, it's the easier way. Efficiency
Sometimes it's
means
the easy. Sometimes
efficiency equals easier.
But the egg cup thing. Mm-hmm.
For
it's
you,
technically not easier because you got to take that time. You got to find that time.
For you, it was. For me, it wasn't. That wasn't efficient.
Hold on. We got to stop this guy.
He's not going to stop.
Did you guys hear this monster in the background?
Stop. Just keep going.
This guy's fucking licking his paws for hours. Anyways, okay. So what was the thing that we were talking about though the other day?
Efficiency.
It was something about like making something. Yeah, I think it had to do with food again. Did it?
Oh, maybe it was. It was the food thing that we have, and you were like, "I'm fucking over this food that we have because I have to now dice up all the carrots and do all this stuff." And I was like, "You just want to take the easy way out of everything," and you're like, "No, I want things.
I want my time.
I want time." That's what you were saying.
Listen, when I have my priorities, it's like, oh, geez. There's a lot of things that are very, very tight in my top priorities, right? Very almost the same level. But time is very high up, right? Because time allows me to spend time with you, spend time with Soul, do what I got to do, my personal stuff. But if I'm just like stuck in that like day-to-day shit, and I'm constantly trying to make more time every day, right? So if I'm spending a half hour chopping up fucking kale or shit,
Get out.
Euro, get out of here.
Go lay down.
You're ruining.
We don't want you in
ruining
here.
again. Ruining
Get
again.
out. We don't want you in here.
We brought down this fucking rug for this
Yeah,
guy to
we
go
did all
lay
this
on.
stuff for you.
And now
Get
he
out.
wants to
Go
come
lay
over
down.
here, and he's not going to lay over here. He'll walk around and
Lay
tiptoe
down.
around.
Lay down.
Oh my god. Okay.
We love our dog.
Lost
We
my
really
train of
do.
thought.
We really love our dog.
He's just like makes all kinds of noises. That's his thing.
There we go. Okay, he's laying down.
Yeah, but he's gonna start fucking licking.
I know, just
Yeah,
go.
He's already licking. Stop.
So annoying.
Anyways, so the time and efficiency. So all right. So we started getting Green Chef, which is amazing, and it fucking tastes really good. But I noticed that like the majority of the time, so it's like says 30 minutes, 40 minutes or whatever for cooking or whatever, prep time, all this shit. And I'm like, the fucking cooking the fish or the chicken or whatever, that was easy. You season it up and then you either fry it or fucking air fry or grill or whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
That shit's done in like 10 minutes, not even, right? What the hard part is all this fucking chopping up this like kale and carrots and shit, and then it's like spread them out on and oil them and put them on a fucking sheet and then turn the oven on. You got preheat the oven, and this is the whole fucking process. I'm like, I don't even give a fuck about carrots. Like I'll just eat raw carrots or some shit. Like, I mean, it's like I'm not cooking this goddamn gourmet shit every day. So, anyways, that had to go out the door this week. I'm done. Unfortunately,
not doing it
I'm
this
looking
week.
at other organic
looking at
fucking
other
things that are
options.
pre-made or some shit. Like, give me some. I don't know. Just why are you wasting my life with chopping?
I like Green Chef. The
Chop
only
it
thing-
for me. Chop it for me.
Green Chef for you guys out there listening to this. It's one of those like, food
prep.
food
fucking
prep things or
program
whatever
things.
that you have a whatever.
They send
And
you all the
send
food
stuff,
with the
right, they send you
seasonings
food
and
all-
shit.
Right, exactly. Okay. And I like them. The food is really good. The only thing that I don't like about it, what?
He's looking at me, licking his paw.
Oh, the only thing that I don't like about it is I don't like all of the kale.
There's a lot of kale.
Like
sometimes, yeah.
everything is kale. Like, okay, we have chicken with kale. There's some kale. And it's cool for some people, but for people who have, let's say, inflammatory diseases, GI issues like myself, and if we're inflamed, we really can't have like roughage is what it's called. So like lettuce, kale, shit like that.
Yeah.
And then it's either that or cauliflower rice, which I like, but it's like,
That
give me
one's
some
pretty
other
good.
fucking options, like.
Yeah, no, I feel you too. It's all fucking delicious though.
Delicious.
So
Delicious,
I'm not
yeah.
hating on them. It's about me. It's about me.
Yeah.
Like chop the goddamn fucking kale up.
Before you send it to us.
Just you chop it up. I'm not spending time
You're already
chopping
putting
up.
this in a bag and
Yeah.
sending it over.
Right? Chop it up. I'm already paying God knows what for each meal. Fucking chop up the goddamn kale
Yeah.
and the carrots.
You're chefs, apparently.
Right. Fucking, and some of it is like you're chopping up the fucking kale, right? And then chop up the apple and fucking chop up the carrots, and then you're putting it in like a vinaigrette or whatever. That literally just took me fucking 15 minutes. You're supposed to be saving me time.
Yeah, you're not saving anyone's time. Well,
I'll
I
just
think
go make a
also-
spinach salad and
what
dump
it
some
is?
balsamic on there.
It's not. If you're looking for time again, and I think when there's kids involved, especially toddlers that are running around and want your attention every
Yeah, the
single
cooking
minute that you have
things.
to find, then it's not the most efficient.
I don't even know how my fucking mom used to do it. Every night.
You ate like
she cooked-
crap, probably.
No, I didn't. She made like very
Oh,
like
only
simple
she ate
meals
like crap. I
and
forgot.
stuff.
When she was pregnant with you, she was like killing
When
Burger King
when she was pregnant with me, she ate Burger King all the time.
all the time.
That's what she told me.
That's what she said.
Hopefully Burger King was a little bit different back then in the, late 70s, early 80s, yeah. Hopefully. We'll see. I mean,
right.
and not we'll see. I mean, we've seen. I don't know. Anyways,
Maybe it's contributed to this personality piece that we have.
well, I think that it's taken me this long. So my hope is for Soul, maybe when Soul's like 21, mentally she'll be where we were when we were 30. So it'll all be 10 years less or something. I don't know.
Where we were. I hope she's honestly. I mean, I don't mind her being like us, but seriously, like we're so fucking annoying, and you're even more annoying. So it's like she's I don't want to be so annoyed by her.
Yeah.
So I really hope she's.
You get annoyed. Oh man, she's relentless.
Oh God, so annoying.
And it's relentlessness.
All right, what do you want to get into?
No, okay. So the other things I wanted to get into is like, I mean, it's getting a little bit more serious. I guess we've been kind of having fun with this, but it's just I noticed the other day. I'm just like, as we get older, we're in our 40s now. I've had friends since I was like a kid, and like we're starting to get to that age where we start seeing some of our friends like get sick with like different things, right?
Cancer,
yeah.
happening so much right now. It's really wild.
And I've been kind of on the quote unquote health tip for, I don't know, 15 years maybe. And even 15 years ago, it wasn't anything where it's at right now, But, I was on that mindset of like, I need to start, like, I want to take care of myself. I don't want to eat this shit and it makes me feel like shit, So, everybody used to make fun of me back in the day and whatever. And I was like, whatever, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And, and then now it's like, it sucks because of how culture is. I'm kind of forced to watch some of my friends like have these different things happening to them and like operations and whatever. And I'm like, I don't know there's nothing I can say now. And, and the good news is like some of them they're coming to me, they're asking me questions about different probiotics and stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay. And I answer everything and I talk to them or whatever, but it's like, wish you would have done something 10 years ago, because then you wouldn't have to be dealing with these things. But that's what I want to say, but you can't say that, it's just. So anyways, my whole point is I just wanted to get that out there of like, it's a bummer how our culture is based around these stupid things like how we just used to eat shitty. Like everybody just admit that you fucking eat shitty, or like these things are not healthy for you, or you're not knowledgeable of what is healthy for you. So don't you want to be knowledgeable? Like this is what it's, at least, I don't know, it's a majority of what life is about, is like the food that you consume, you are what you eat type of thing, right? So like if somebody's eating hamburgers all the time, like most likely at some point they're going to have some sort of issues, whether it's like high cholesterol or, a heart attack or some shit, right? At some point it's going to catch up to you. So why not try to resolve that? And the way that I get pointed out to Aaliyah is like, if you have kids, this should be one of the highest priorities, because you want to be able to spend time with them. You don't want them to have to worry about you when you're older. You don't want them to have to like take care of you. No parent wants their kid to like have to like put their life aside to go take care of an elderly parent that can't take care of themselves because they chose a path of eating unhealthy throughout their lives. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants that. So if that is a reality, like, but it's so far out that people don't think about it. And they're like, well, when we get there, we'll figure it out, But no, when you get there, you won't figure it out. It's too late.
I think another piece of this, as you're speaking, though, is I'm like, so like, for example, like when I go to Europe, right? Yes, is there fast food in Europe? Yes, but I got to tell you, even their fast food is like way more on point than the fast food we have out here. But in Europe, because of the culture and the society out there, right? It's everything's like fresh. Everything's just chopped from the farm, like everything's so, right? So that's their mindset, Now, I don't know what kind of food they serve in their school systems, but I'm pretty sure because it's still coming from, it's probably even still a better version than what the hell we have out here.
Like even in Italy, Ruggiero told me, our friend from Italy, he's like, all the pasta out there doesn't have gluten in it. It doesn't have any of the shit in it. It's actually good for you and healthy, and you don't get these allergic reactions.
Right. So basically, I mean, I think that's like a really huge piece of this, because although yes, we have the home environment, which is big. Again, when kids start to go to school, you are now in school for the bulk of the day. So you're at home from the time that you, let's say, get back from school until the time that you go to sleep, and then you're right out the door again in the morning, and then you do the same shit all over again. So at home, I'm being told this, and this is the food that I'm eating here, or whatever. But then I go to school, this place that's supposed to provide me with great things, right? This school, and I'm getting lunch there, and the lunch is like their version
Taco
of
Bell
like,
or some
right.
shit.
It's just like shitty stuff, right? So now I'm just kind of like, all right, well, I guess this is just right. But like, so it's everywhere that it's so heavily
It's embedded in the culture.
that it's just so difficult at this point. Now, what I fucking would love to happen, I know that some people hate on Governor DeSantis from Florida. I get it. Whatever. But I will say, though, there's like some things that he says that I'm like, yo, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like just recently, he just made it mandatory now that for you to graduate as a senior, for you to fucking get out of high school, you have to have this like financial accounting kind of like planning class,
Like understanding of finances.
Basically teaches you all about finances and all about this and all about that. And I'm like, where was this a long time ago? And that needs to be mandatory. Another thing that should be mandatory is, and I know that like we had health. I don't think health is a class though that's around as much anymore. I think that the school systems or whatever have gotten rid of it because of whatever reasons.
Right.
But like that needs to be another mandatory thing in terms of like, just like, and not just a health class, but just like a eating or like just like a mindful living class, you know, of just kind of like, okay, let's be mindful of all these things or whatever, and look what's in this. And
The problem is
whatever.
the problem
that
is
should be mandatory also, because then it would be a part of the fucking system. And then,
But
no.
even when it was health class, like the problem is
Dude, health
who's
class was so fucking stupid though. Okay?
I'm
Like,
saying-
when I was in health class,
but I'm
they
saying
weren't talking so much about like they were like, an apple is good for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
It was very, like, basic.
Right, like like a banana is, you know.
but they
it's
don't
like,
explain to you why
Yeah,
and what's
it was
happening
like
in your
the
body
health
at the
books were
cellular
so
level,
stupid,
like shit
you know,
like that.
right.
Yeah, like, and it's all determined on like who is determining what is healthy. So if it's like the government, they'll sell you this whole fucking pyramid thing where you got like your fruits and grains and whatever.
pyramid, yep,
that
yep.
has already been proven to be fucking bullshit, right?
Right.
So we all listened to them, but it was all bullshit. So why aren't we firing the FDA
So what they
for
need
coming
to
up
do
with
is
that
get
shit?
higher nutritionists, and it should be
Right, but who are these
Governor
nutritionists?
Ron DeSantis, because I know he'll do this. Governor Ron DeSantis, Ron DeSantis, whatever. Okay, listen, get a nutritionist in to these high schools out there, okay? And in order for them to graduate, they need to have a class with a nutritionist who's going to break stuff down for them in
Listen,
just a more
hold on.
realistic way.
This is the problem when you have a government and health together, right? And mandatory shit like that.
What?
Even with the financial shit, right? That can be manipulated as well. Who's determining what is correct financial advice
Look,
and
I mean,
what isn't?
whoever the fuck they
You know what I'm
hire, I
saying?
have no idea.
That's
but
the
I mean,
well.
at the
That's
end
the
of the
problem.
day,
though.
at
It
the end of
becomes
the-
a problem.
It does, but so I mean, look, there's a whole pyramid though of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's, and to break through that, that's
Well, no, this is another thing you have to think long term about. Ron DeSantis is the governor now. Okay. Well, he has these thoughts on how finances work, maybe be right or wrong or whatever.
well, he's also not hiring the people to
Right.
actually
Who's
do these
hiring them?
classes.
Then when like, you know, it's all based on what there's a lot of shit there, you know. That's why government shouldn't be involved in any kind of financing or health in anybody's life.
I'm not saying that he's. All I'm saying is that I think that making these classes a part of the school curriculum in public schools or whatever is actually like a really great idea. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. So, yeah, and you'd have to position it as.
I would
like,
rather have those than not have them at all. I mean, I didn't know shit about money when I graduated. I literally went negative $500 in my account one time because I fucking bought toilet paper at the time. All right,
$500 worth of toilet paper?
Because this is what happened. I bought toilet paper and then I went over because I bought toilet paper because I was like 20 or 19 at the time and I had no responsibility of my money because I knew nothing. So I was like just spending money like crazy. I went over $5. But because I continuously did not look at my account
$30
and I avoided it, was
$30.
30. That shit got up to $500. My dad had to bail me out. This shit just happened to my niece the other day. I've been giving her money on the side without you even knowing. I've been dropping her like 200 here, 200 there because she's negative like $600 in her account over like, and again, and I'm not saying that this is just the school. Clearly, Milton didn't really teach us anything about that either, but it's like still, like.
You really didn't even know that there was like a fee for overdraft.
No, at that time, no. I was so oblivious to everything. I just thought that money just like...
Well, your dad probably should have taught you that, though. Yeah.
He's definitely a big piece of that. I'm not blaming all this on the
whoever
school
went
system.
into the bank with you and fucking signed off for you to have that should have explained that to you. They probably did, actually. They probably did.
Actually, this goes out to parents who give money to your kids, and that's your love language. I get it. It's your love language, but I really think you need to check it out and maybe kind of like switch it up a little bit because then your kid is going to get so used to that. And then also because the school doesn't teach anything about money management. So those two things combined, your kid's going to have negative $500 in their account, just like I did. Okay?
Yep. And the kid's not going to pay for
Just
it.
let you know.
are. You're paying for it.
Just to let you know.
What do we got there? Is that who's that?
Well, no, I didn't pay for it. My dad fucking bailed me out because
Well, of course. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Don't do
You
it,
as the
parents.
parent are going to pay for it, not the
Oh,
kid.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like...
You as a parent are paying for it. We need to get like a magnifying glass, and I can't
say
even
anything.
fucking
I
read.
I don't even bother.
We gotta get a.
Not that I don't care that you guys are not here. I just
studio
can't
here.
see. I'm like blind. Really gotta get our eyes checked.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess Dave is not popping in, but I know he wanted to.
He's cooking.
Oh, is that what he said?
Well, he said he was. He was doing the green chef thing.
Cooking. It's like fucking.
He's preparing. That's
Yeah,
what he said. He's like,
yeah.
That's what I'm
See,
doing now.
he's
Yeah.
fucking prepping for fucking the next
Chopping
hour.
and dicing and yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I guess if you don't have kids, you got a little time to do that.
Way more time. Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably really enjoy the Green Chef if we didn't have.
Well, because
our daughter.
you'd probably well, if we drank, but I could picture like
Yeah,
on
just
a
have a
night that
glass
we
of
like,
wine.
yeah, right, have a glass of wine. You're prepping. We're playing some music in the background.
Yeah,
just
maybe a
hanging
little.
out.
Yeah.
Now it's like.
Now it's like gotta get done.
Let me know
And
when you
then
have to go to the potty.
20 minutes, and then every 2 seconds she's like, potty.
Let me know when
And
you
then
have
she
to
comes
pee.
out. Where are your pants at? I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's yep. It's like chaos. Last week, I mean, I really had a mental
God.
breakdown because of this whole potty thing. I don't want to really like get into that.
Why not?
Because it's over. I feel good about it now.
Actually, no. I think this has a lot to do with managing stress,
Okay.
which you're not really great at.
I get better at it. I mean, I'm way better at it than I used to be, but that's comparing me to how I used to be. I
Didn't you just? I could have
yes.
sworn you said don't do this.
yes, it's good to understand and reflect back, but not to compare. It's like okay, I'm better, but that doesn't mean that I can't get better than that. So I look at you, but then you're not the best at managing stress either. You
What?
kinda-
I'm actually really great at managing stress.
every time I say stop yelling, you say I'm just talking loud.
I am. Anyone out there who's Puerto Rican knows that this is how we speak. We speak loud. We speak with our hands. So like I may be like
it's in a
give me the
stressful
ball, but like I'm
situation.
saying it just because that's how I speak. I can't speak any lower. It's weird. And then it's like I'm like actually whispering. It's weird. But yeah, I mean, I think that the managing stress thing is a big piece of it. Joe was ready to like punch a hole in the wall, which I've never seen him get like even he never gets angry. So like the fact
It was
that
like a lot of
literally
layers.
were about to fucking lose your shit Well, so basically what was happening was our little nugget, who is very, very clever and very manipulative, is potty training, and she's now doing a great job, and she has been. But I think what happened was I was the one who potty trained her, and that wasn't because you didn't want to be involved. You just couldn't be. You were working. So because you were at work, I was the one that was kind of like really,
we did this 3-day potty training, so it was like this like hyper...
For 3 days, right.
Yeah.
And so Joe, in his own world, had, I guess, assumed that I was going to do this 3-day intensive thing. And then at the end of the 3 days, Soul was just going to know how to.
But even with this
potty
being said, right?
Like an actual adult.
But even with the 3-day potty training accelerated course, like I was still there more than half the time. So I was like, okay, I mean, that should be
I will say
pretty sufficient.
But you weren't. No, you weren't. You would get home, and during those 3 days, Joe, you would get home, and then when you got home, you'd be on your phone, and then you had to start cooking, and then this. Like there were so many things.
Yeah, the fucking cooking.
You weren't there. Like you couldn't be.
Cooking.
You know, like there were so many things going on. And then when I was up her ass, you were like, "Oh my God, you have to be around her like that." And I was like, "For the 3 days, yes. You literally have to follow them everywhere they go because if they pee, you gotta whoop, and then you know." And so,
whatever the case, it worked. You did a really good job.
Right. So then Soul decided to basically just choose to not go to the potty ever with Joe. But she would do it in a really sneaky way. Like, so basically, I get home from work at like 6:15, right? So Joe is taking over at that point. He could be in the bathroom with her. She could be sitting on the potty, okay? And he could be like, okay, I'll give you a cookie when you pee in the potty. And she'll be like, okay, nothing will come out. I will come upstairs, just got home from work, and he'll be like, I don't know, she's sitting on the toilet, she hasn't peed. Walk into the bathroom, she'll see my face. Then she'll say, Daddy, no, Daddy, over there. And then Daddy has to go that way. And then what happens? She will hold it until he is literally out of the picture and I am home. And she'll stare at him too. She'll be like,
yeah. And then later on, if she has to go again, she'll be like, Mommy, potty. But she like stares at me and smiles.
Yep. Yeah. So anyway, it got to a point where this has been happening for like a week or whatever. And Joe was like so frustrated because he would have days with her. He takes care of her on Tuesday. You're with her on Tuesday. You're with her Thursday.
Wednesday. I mean, I'm basically with her every day for at least 3 to 4 hours.
No, but for a whole day, you're with her on Tuesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday
right.
now, yeah.
So it was getting to a point where like she was waiting until nap time. So before I left for work, I would have her pee. That's about 9:30, right? Then from 9:30 to fucking 12:30, this little girl would hold her pee and wait until she put her sleepy time underwear on
and
with her pull-ups.
Well, she would say that she was tired like 3 hours before she actually had to take a nap just so she could go
pee
piss
in there.
In her
right.
And I'm like, you're not tired. You're not going in there.
Then she would wait for that. She'd pee in there. Then she'd wake up. Now she already peed throughout her nap, right? Then she'd wake up and then hold it until I got home at 6:15.
Yep. And then sometimes she would pee just before you got home because she couldn't hold it, and she'd basically she'd
pee herself,
stare at me while she's peeing on the floor. Instead of, I just asked her, we were just at the toilet, she was just sitting on the toilet, and then 2 minutes later she'll look at me and pee on the floor.
Yeah. So basically, if anyone if this is happening to anybody during their potty training time, so I contacted a friend of mine who is a behavioral specialist, and I was like, "Girl, what's happening? What's going on?" And she was like, "Oh, well, it sounds like it's control, it's counter control, blah blah blah, all this stuff." And I was like, "Oh my God, okay, that makes sense." Cut to today. So during that time, Joe was like stressed. And there was other things, but like stress. Every time that Soul asked me to go to the potty, I roll. He would you would see the blood boiling on the inside. Every time Soul would be like, no, I want mommy. Every time she said that, you literally, and then you were personalizing it and almost getting mad at her about it. Like, almost like, you know what? Fuck you, Soul.
Because she's looking at me.
And I was like, oh my God, you need to chill out. And finally, now she's peeing with him, but she's still controlling because now she's the one who decides who brings her to the potty.
And I'm fine with that. At the house, we had a breakthrough the other day. We went to our friend's house, and that's when she went because it was just me. Aaliyah wasn't there. And then once she did it one time, then it was like, okay, this is not as bad as I thought, you know. So now it's mostly Aaliyah at the house today, but today she asked me
She
to take
chose
her,
you.
and I took her.
She chose you.
So yeah, you
And
know.
with that being said, you were getting ready to punch a hole in the wall, and then you
That
left
day,
so
yeah,
abruptly.
that
You were
one
like,
day.
"I'm done. Gerald hasn't been fed. No one's been fed. I'm going to the gym. I'm out of here." And I was like, "Okay, man. My God."
It was a long day that day. The fucking Green Chef really put me over the top that day.
Jeez.
I was like, I almost burnt the freaking. I did burn something.
You did.
Because
smells
she's
burnt
like
when I came
saying that she's got to go potty, so I bring her there, but then she doesn't do anything, and then she just sits there. In the meantime, I got shit burning on the fucking stove, and then I go get it, and then I come back. She's like dancing around the fucking bathroom, still not peeing, and then like 2 minutes later, then Aaliyah comes home and then she pees her pants. So, and I was like, I gotta go.
So anyway,
But hold on, let's get back to the list of
there's a
items
list.
that I had chosen to discuss today.
there's a list.
Well, we
no
kind
one
of
can
already
see
went,
this, but this
we went
list
over
is
the
very
top.
serious.
We went over the top one already, basically,
It's
right?
like a whole.
Oh, getting back to the you know, your health, basically long-term health. You know, we have this like preventative mindset. Everybody has this preventative mindset in America, especially, right? Where you got to get your insurance. I can't believe you don't have insurance. Everything's like fear-based, but we're trying to prevent everything, or vaccines or whatever, right? But when it comes to like actually doing something about your health and your long-term health, nobody gives a shit. They're like, essentially, and we've talked about this before, essentially, it's like, it must be a subconscious thing where they're just like, I have health insurance and I see the doctor twice a year, so I can eat shit all day long, and when I'm 80, I'll be perfectly fine. Like, obviously, nobody actually says that to themselves, because they said that, they'd be like, that sounds retarded. Sorry about saying retarded, but like, I just don't get it, because we have this preventative mindset. But what we need to do is we need to change that preventative mindset to that like easy way out mentality, to like a more proactive long-term mindset when it comes to health, you know? And I think we're just going to be forced into that over the next like 10, 20 years, because the health insurance freaking industry is like crumbling right now. It's like fucking collapsing. It's just so fucking expensive. It's crazy. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse until it like explodes, right? So people are going to be forced into this. So I'm suggesting at this point, maybe it's a good time you just start looking into, you know, your health and like what it's going to look like in the next like 20 years based on what you've been doing for the past 20 years, you know? And if you really take a look, I mean, I think most people will start to realize, like, man, maybe I should start taking a more proactive approach to this and not rely on just going to see the doctor twice a year. And of course, he's always going to say, yeah, you're perfectly fine, blah, blah, blah. You know, they get all these fucking special levels that you're, oh, well, you know, for your age, you're in the range. Okay, well, what does that even mean? Like, are you doing good or you're not doing good? How are you going to look in 10 years? How are you going to look in 20 years if you keep doing this? You know, that's why doctors hate talking to me, because I'll sit in there for fucking hours and be like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? What are you saying? Everything's fine. Describe fine. What do I need to do? What don't I need to do? Whatever. But anyways, I think that we're going to be forced into it, and I think that a lot of different things are going to change as far as how people look at their health, and hopefully it's for the better. I think that it will be. I think, you know, we have a few things coming on board here in the next year or so that are going to help facilitate that type of mindset. And, you know, Aaliyah's doing her work mentally with people. And that's just as important as the physical side. Sometimes the mental side affects the physical side, right? Most of the time, actually.
Well, yeah. I do that with myself, too. I think it's very important, right, to also make sure that I think the mental piece is a huge piece. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. And without taking care of yourself first, you can't be expected to take care of anybody else, such as children or elderly parents or dogs or anything. I mean, if you're eating like shit, your dog's most likely eating like shit too, so you're not really helping him out.
Again, I mean, I will say this again though, like I know, I obviously can't base like the amount of people who I see as like, the basis for like average, or like what's going on in the whole world. But I mean, there has been a huge shift. Like when I tell you the amount of people who are coming in for therapy, who are literally just like, I just want to get better. Like, I just want to live a healthy, happy life. Like, honestly, like, matter of fact, like, I just want to be able to just, like
they're
be
just
happy.
coming there specifically for that.
That's
they're
it.
not like...
And, well, I mean, like, there's, like, stuff there, like, from their past. I'm sure,
everybody has that.
Right, like,
Everybody
we all have
has
that.
it.
But, like, their main thing is, like, I just want... This is the goal. I want to be healthy and happy, and I want to, and so I know I have to address all these things. Help me do that, and let's go. And there's so many people now, and this has been a shift that's been going on for a really long time. Like I entered the field in 2006, so let's say from, oh my God, it's a huge shift. Jeez, I mean, from 2006 to now, the amount of men, huge.
That's good.
Huge. The amount of African American population, huge. Which that wasn't, again, I've said this before in one of the earlier podcasts. In 2006, when I was doing therapy, like one, if any, one ethnic minority. One. Not Spanish, not one.
Really?
And everybody was white. Like there was no, so rare to see. So rare that when someone did get admitted into the treatment facility, I'd be like, oh my, like it was noticeable. Like, oh wow, we have like everyone's like, oh wow, there's someone Hispanic who's here, or like wow, like because it just never happened,
And that was in Florida.
Yeah. But now, I mean, African American population, Hispanic population, huge right now. Men is very huge right now, which I love. The LGBTQ population, huge. And I'm not sure it's interesting because that actually has been another shift, which I'm actually really excited about as well too, because I didn't really have many, no one really, if any, like it was, so the fact that it's just all these populations that you've never really seen that much before coming out now.
Yeah, it's happening.
And again,
it's a slow pace.
they're all just like, basically, I just want to get better,
Yeah.
So that tells me that there are many, 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 many people, right, in this world who actually really do want to be healthy mentally and physically, and they all know that it correlates with each other. Like every time I speak to someone, it's not like they're like, "Oh, I didn't know that the food." No, they're like, "No, I know." Like it has such a big like.
Yeah.
Like even
like
teenagers.
if you're depressed, you're gonna eat probably shittily, right?
Yeah.
Get out of here. He keeps trying to come in here. All right, what was the other thing I want to... Stay out.
Euro, get
He's
out.
literally putting one foot
Euro,
in.
get out.
Oh my God. Just stay
Euro,
there.
get out. Oh my God, the wall's gonna fall.
Back up.
He's gonna drop the wall. Joe, careful.
He's fine. Just
We have a whole
go
studio in
sit
here.
down.
This guy's gonna
Get the
Euro,
fuck out of here.
Go lay down right now, okay? This is a serious voice. I hate having to get all like.
It's the only way he listens.
I hate having to
It's the
get
only
like
way he
that. I
listens.
hate it. It's just like so just.
Now he's very sad.
All right, what else do you have?
Yeah.
Let's do. Okay, this is done.
Oh yeah. So and then I wanted to touch on. I mean, I guess after you work on your mental state, then you're trying to. No, even before that, everybody's looking for like. Well, maybe they're not. But everybody does have some sort of passion or desire, something that they love doing and can do till the end of time. Everybody has it, but the problem is like finding what that thing is, right? And I guess this is kind of like this message is kind of going out to more people who know or are looking for what their passion is. and I'm more, I guess, talking about, I guess, career-wise, right? What you really want to do, what makes you like super excited every day, and you don't feel like you're working, type of shit. Like, I just thought about this the other day, and I was just thinking, like, some people think that they know what they want to do, and they're doing it or whatever, but they're just getting started, right? And you really have to, once again, think of the future, think of the long term, think of all the details that are going into it, and say, I don't know, for instance, I don't know, so you want to be like a trainer, like a physical trainer or something, right? And you work out a lot, so you're really into all this shit. And but if you want to be, because there's a lot of them out there now, right? So if you want to be the number one guy that's like coming up with these workouts that are changing people's lives or whatever, like, you really got to think about all the details that go into it. Now, this isn't something that I'm like really experienced in. I work out, I do whatever, but I'm not like a personal trainer or anything like that. I did when I was younger, though, for a little bit for LA Fitness, but that's a whole other thing. But if you want to be like this, whatever it is, but we're taking this example, like, I'm trying to think of like what you would have to think about, but like the whole details, say owning your own business, right? Do you know how to start an LLC, or, how do you manage the finances coming in and out? Do you have like Squarespace? Do you have a website? There's all these details involved in it. Yeah, no, that's another. Okay. And are you, when you think about those details, are you still excited about doing this thing, right? And then when those details are happening over and over and over and over again, and then there's new shit that pops up that you haven't thought of, and you're a year into this, can you continue doing this for another 5, 10, 20, the rest of your life? And if the answer is yes, then you might have found your thing. Right? But if the answer is like, really? Fuck, I'm not sure, or whatever, then maybe you really got to think about these things and really go into detail about, really play it out. Like,
the other piece about that, though, is that, again, because everyone's brains are different, everyone processes and thinks differently, etc. I mean, someone at the time that you're asking them this question may truly, truly believe at that time that this is exactly what it is. And they may be like, yes, I want you. Because at that point in their life, they do want to. It really, and I don't think it's because they're tricking themselves. I think it's just because at that point in their life, they really, truly believe that they do. What happens is that we can't predict the future. So therefore, I can't, see that maybe when I'm 40, I may not have interest in this anymore, or my life may change because of some fucking traumatic event that happened, whatever, right? Yeah. And those things also need to be looked at as well.
Right. Like that, yeah, and yeah, some of these things end. Some of these, you hit your goal of whatever it is. Say you become that world famous frickin' private trainer or whatever, and you're training celebrities or something like that. All right, well, you've done it, and you can maybe create something else after that or something, and but to get to that point, you at least have to think at least a year or two into the future and think about all the details that it's actually going to take to get you there. Because I think a lot of these kids these days, they think that like they'll just like create an app or some whatever. Even creating an app is fucking insane. You have to know how to code. You got to do all this.
But again, I think a lot of this has to do with the brain in terms of how the brain's developed. Because if we're thinking about the teenage brain and the 18-year-old brain, the brain doesn't develop until what, like 25 or some shit? So basically, like, you're asking anyone, let's say 21, 22, 23, what they want to do. And they're like, this is what I want to do. Like, they don't, even if you're like, okay, so 2 years from now, they don't have the ability to really actually truly like be like, okay, so in 2 years I'll be doing and even if they did do it, it's probably going to also sound and look a little different in their mind than it actually really, like they're fucking 18, so it's like, so I think that's a pretty, also I think it depends on someone's personality as well. you are a thinker and you can think 5 years or fucking 20 years into the future. Not that I can't, I don't, and I won't, because for me, I just feel that thinking that far into the future is really just exerting a lot of energy for no reason, because it's the future and I can't predict the fucking future. So I just stay kind of in the moment and the present versus the future. But you're a future thinker. That's just your brain.
So then, all right, if that's the case, then how does somebody that thinks like that, how are they able to decide on a path that they believe could potentially be their passion in life?
I think I still think that anyone can decide on a path.
Well,
that
yeah,
they
anybody
think
can
to be,
decide, but
and
it's
then, and then
what I'm trying to do is help
you
people.
want
like
people just to make a decision, and then you're like, okay, you found it, go.
Well, no. You have to. There's a lot of thought behind it. That's what I'm
I
saying.
know that, but like, it's like, okay, you found what you like to do, now go do it. And the person's like, okay, I'm gonna go do all these things, and that's what they do for the rest of their fucking life.
No. I just said 2 minutes ago that like maybe you've achieved that goal, and then you move on to something else.
Which could be something totally different, not even like having
Yeah, I've
to
done
do with,
so many
like,
different things in my life.
So what are you trying to do? Because anyone can really be like, okay, I want to be a.
What I'm trying to, because everybody, not everybody. There's a lot of kids, right? There's younger kids that think that they're like, I'm gonna be a producer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be the best. I make the dopest beats and everything, whatever. Okay, maybe you do, But what does it actually really take to become a fucking Timberland, fucking DJ Snake, fucking
as a parent or as someone who's older than them, let's say, to be able to like walk them through that, right, and still at least kind of provide that for them, I think is great. But that's about all really you can do at that point. It's up to them and what they're taking from that conversation or what they're hearing to basically either go this way or this way. And if they go this way, then it's on them to fucking go through whatever bumps and whatever, right? I mean, like, this is just about.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess so.
Through the process of going through all those bumps and all those hurdles, the hope is that, little by little you find your passion,
Yeah.
That's the hope.
Yeah, there's also like, I think, an entrepreneurial spirit. Like, not everybody wants to do that shit. Not everybody does. There's a lot.
Do what?
To start their own business or.
But we're not talking about just starting your own business. Who cares about that?
We're just talking about passion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and if you rewind, I did say this. I am particularly talking about a career passion, right?
Right, which again doesn't have to be an entrepreneurial thing, and that could be anything. Like, I could be a doctor, a lawyer.
That's a career.
You just said you're talking about a career.
Right.
Those are careers.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be an entrepreneur thing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you're right. I guess you could work for a hospital or, yeah.
What do you mean work for a hospital? Well, yeah, but if you're a doctor, at the end of the day, not every doctor is private practice, right?
Yeah, I mean, the goal for most doctors is probably to...
Not even is every doctor private practice, but the majority of doctors, besides, I guess, functional medicine ones or whatever, take insurance. So therefore, we actually work for the fucking insurance company.
That's right, yeah.
Because that's how we get paid. So, I mean...
Yeah. Okay, so... Then maybe, anyways, we're going down a different path now, but it was just a thought that I was just like, hey, maybe I'll throw it out there that I think there's people out there that they get excited about something and then they move into it, but maybe they don't give it a lot of thought prior to, or maybe they think that they give it a lot of thought, but they don't really give it a lot of long-term.
Look,
like
there's no doubt about it that there's a huge difference between an Elon Musk brain and like my brain. Meaning like, yeah, I can think of something and be like, oh my God, that would be so fucking crazy. This idea is amazing. But like, would I want to do something? No, because that's just not me, right? Now, there could be somebody else who maybe kind of like may start it up, but then maybe because it's getting hard, because it does when you start up your own business,
right.
And because it's getting difficult, they'll be like, fuck it, and then they'll just kind of, but again, there's a difference between an Elon Musk brain and those types of, or fucking the guy from Facebook, what the hell is his name? Like there's a difference between those brains, I would say, and let's say like mine,
Have they determined what those differences, like what is that?
Yeah, I would actually like to get like, I want to actually just look up
There's
like.
probably so many things.
Well,
Like
yeah, but I
parents
want to
and
look up. Well, yeah,
genetics, yeah.
but I do want to look up in a scan like a Elon Musk brain, for example, one of those brains versus just like, like a good old fashioned average person like myself who's just like living, their life, just do it like. And I want to see. I would love to see the difference in the brain. I'm pretty sure dopamine maybe could be one. I'm sure.
I mean, there's
like
so many
serotonin,
like
sure,
layers,
so
though.
many
It's like
pieces.
experience, genetics, freaking.
Of course, but I want to see it from like
under-
just like the brain part, like
Yeah.
what's happening in someone's brain, or what's the difference if there is. Like when you compare, let's say, an addict brain to a non-addict brain, there's a difference.
Yeah, but I mean,
When you compare
I'm
a
wondering-
sociopath brain to
but
a
so you're,
non-sociopath brain,
but
there's
you're
a difference.
Are you talking about like genetically, like
how their brain is
when they were
made,
born? And that's
what
it?
their brain actually, like
Okay.
what they have in their brain or lack in their brain,
But maybe
Like,
it
for
didn't
example,
come from
that
when they
guy-
were born. Maybe it came from experiences in life or things that they were taught,
It'll
or
come from lots of things. And actually, okay, all right, so check it out. One example, and this is not to shit on my cousin at all, but so Marco, right? Actually, he's has his MD, right? So he's a pharmacist, right? Very smart, okay? And then his ex, right, is also amazingly smart, okay? So they are two very, very smart people. So I'm not denying that. But their son is like on another level smart. Like he went to MIT. He literally owned his own business when he was 15 years old and was fucking making money at that young on his own business.
Did they do certain
He created
things,
like no,
like, as far as
no. He
special
went
schools
he
or-
went to public school.
Really?
He is fucking brilliant. This kid, like on a whole other level. There's got to be something also in his brain. Like there has
Yeah.
to be. It's not just environment. There's got to be something else.
Well, obviously, I mean, there's all kinds of variables.
Yeah, of
that's
course.
That's why there's so many different people and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, the advice is basically just really try to think of the most details possible before you think that you're going to go all in on something that you believe that you're passionate about, because I'll tell you from experience, there have been plenty of things that I thought I was like passionate about and it was very exciting at the time. But then when you get down that road, you're like, fuck, I didn't know this was part of it. And then like things pop up. But you also have to have those things in mind. You have to give a certain percentage of like the unknown and be okay with it. Be like, as I go through projects and stuff and things that I do, I'm like, and then shit pops up. I'm like, okay, well, there's that 20% that I threw in there for the unknown and shit that I fucking hate doing just showed up. So here we go, and just kind of expect it instead of reacting to it and being like, oh, fuck, everything's fucked up, But that comes with, I guess, just experience and time, those types of things. So, yeah, what I'm
Yes.
talking about is a way
Sorry to cut you
on
off.
a lower level than Elon fucking Musk. He's
I know, but
another
I'm just
fucking
like, I'm
person.
using him. So now I'm just interested in his parents because I'm like, who are his parents? Like, who are Elon Musk's parents, So his mother, this is right over here, hold on. Parents, okay. May and mother, okay, so they were Canadian, South African, all right. Wait, I just said it. His mother was a dietitian, it said. This fucking guy is really just
I know.
something else.
Fucking annoying. He hasn't shut up this
No,
whole podcast.
he's been going on the
He's
whole
been either
entire time.
tapping around or licking. Now he's crying.
All right, hold on.
Upstairs, if we were upstairs, he'd just be sleeping this whole time. He would have just been sleeping.
Okay, what do they do? Okay, so his mother, model and dietitian. She was born in Canada, raised in South Africa. His father, South African, electromechanical engineer, pilot, sailor, consultant,
Jesus.
and property developer, who was once a half owner of a Zambian emerald mine near Lake Tangi. I can't.
Christ.
So that, okay, like, Oh, all right, Dad.
Yep. So, I mean, he's got good genes there. You know?
Jesus. I mean, my goodness. You kidding me? Wait, I have to read that again. His father, South African, electromechanical engineer, pilot, sailor, consultant, and property developer who was once a half owner of a Zambian emerald mine near Lake Tanganyika. I mean,
Right there. I mean, and Elon has surpassed that by like 100-fold.
Jesus, I would like to meet his dad, actually. It's pretty cool.
But actually, that's probably a part that plays in, right? Like if you grow up and your
dude.
dad is like doing these like things very like successfully,
Yeah, so
or even
so
unsuccessfully,
there's environment because you're watching it and you're seeing what's going on, but then
Yeah.
also genetics. I mean, geez.
Yeah,
But also,
it's got to be a lot of different things.
But then I kind of want to go see. I'm not talking so much about genetics as I'm talking about. There's got to be something in the brain of individuals who are on high level of Elon Musk, Albert Einstein, whatever, right? There's got to be something that's in the brain that's different. That's what I'm saying, not just genetics. Because then I go, okay, well, what about his dad? What was it, right? Like, there's something in the brain that, let's say, I don't have.
I would assume like more neural pathways, right? Like the more pathways you have to connect the dots in your brain, the better, right? The more, I mean, you get like kind of
No,
how
I
the
hear what
brain
you're
works,
saying.
right?
I just like I'm not the best when I speak about the brain in terms of like how it's broken down and neural pathways. So I try not to speak on it so much, you know. Like I know enough as a psychotherapist, you know, but not as a neuro.
It could even come down to diet too, as they were growing up as well. It definitely would. You know, I mean, that adds to it. I'm not saying.
Well, how do we know?
Well, we don't know. We'd have to talk to
Elon.
Elon.
Fucking
Cheeseburgers every day.
Right,
Could have been.
you know, I mean,
Could have
I have
been.
no idea.
I don't know. But, you know, imagine if he wasn't eating cheeseburgers every day, then it could be another
long-term study.
level.
We need to do a long-term study on an Elon Musk brain. From the time that
How do you know that they're going to be an Elon Musk brain? But you don't know.
Actually, not even from born. From when in the womb. Because
Right,
now
the
it's
parents
like what mom is, right? You know,
talking
all the way to
yeah. There's all kinds of fucking
long
shit.
study, guys.
But let's
We have to wrap up, actually.
Wait, is she waking up now?
Well, I have like my own time coming up.
Oh,
and so
Jesus Christ!
Sunday.
Can we just touch on
Me
this
time.
the Healy thing for a second?
It's gonna be all you because I don't know anything to say about it.
So there's this device called a Healy device, and it's we won't go too far into it, but maybe next episode because I believe I'm gonna get one here soon. Our friend David, that's why he was gonna come on. He was gonna kind of chat about it a little bit. But what it is it's a frequency device, and once again, I'm not gonna get too deep into it because I don't know the scientific reasonings of like why or how it works, but basically everything is vibrating. I think we all can agree upon that at different frequencies. Like this glass is vibrating at a different frequency than my hand and this ring and my shoe and the floor. So this device actually scans your body, and your body has a frequency similar to a fingerprint, which is individualized to every single human on earth, right? So it'll scan your body. It knows what frequencies that your body should be at. So if it's not there, it essentially tunes those different areas to where it needs to be. So that's like the basic gist of this device, but it goes even further than that to supposedly do things like cure arthritis and actually vibrate or create frequencies that are the same frequency as like a vitamin B12. So that way you don't even need to take vitamins. It actually creates them in your body. I know this sounds like crazy, but that's what this thing is doing. And apparently this new professional one gets to the point where it can scan you and understand what your, idea of success and goals are in life and enhance those. This all sounds super crazy, but I'm going to start experimenting with this when I get it. And, we actually...
And me too, because I have arthritis. So I
yeah,
wanna know
so
how
she'll
to
be
do
the
it.
first one. But yeah, and then I believe me and David are even going to start a new podcast, a new channel where we only...
Where they can literally only
where
talk about
we go
this.
into all this nerdy shit, which I'm super excited about. And have guests on who have experienced the device and kind of tell their story. But if you're out there, if you're interested, look into it. It's Healy, Healy, and it's a pretty remarkable device if it is right. David's been using it for over a year now, and he swears on it. He says like if he stops doing it, it's like he can totally tell. I think at first it might be kind of maybe a subtle thing, but as you use it, they have different programs for everything. Like dogs, like if you have like joint pains or back pain or like not even just pains, just like wellness in general, of spiritual, aligning your chakras, all kinds of shit. There's so much stuff with this thing, and I'm kind of excited to try it out and start this whole new project with David and see where this goes. So it's to us it could be part of what we've been talking about here in this podcast of like this new way of looking at health into the future. And I think this is like kind of the ground floor of that. So be prepared for that. We'll announce that on here and on this page and through our podcast and other places.
Let you guys know.
Yeah. Real quick though, let's go back and like just kind of look at. I know we had some questions on here.
I don't think there were any questions.
No, it was just like,
They were just comments.
there was one long.
What's always your sister? It's always your sister.
Better place? I don't even know what she's saying.
About that was when we were talking about money.
Oh, so
Maybe for her. For you, was he?
what does they say? Oh, Dad
This
was.
is when I was talking about money and how like
was-
learning about finances and stuff like that and how to manage your money and budget your money. Your sister's saying that Dad was real good about that.
I feel like Mom was actually, because my mom was the one that kind of. I remember, putting pennies in a piggy bank and shit like that with her. Maybe it was different for her because she's like 9 years older than me.
Right. Yeah, that's a huge.
Oh, yeah. David was cooking. Okay. All right. All right, well, good.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Look, Euro's quiet now. He just got quiet now. He's sleeping now. And now we're going to get up. He's going to be all pissed off. We have to go upstairs.
I'm going to get my nails done, and I just want to let you guys know, Joe spoke about the Healy. I'm going to keep it really just basic, but if anyone's looking for a really great show to get into, Life and Beth with Amy Schumer and Michael Cera is literally probably like besides Euphoria, I mean, we all love that show, but Life and Beth is actually really real. It's raw. It's like really intense. It's hysterical. And the way that it's created and written and produced and everything is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, it really is great. Michael Cera's freaking amazing. And I can't say anything because I don't want to give it away. But it is a great show. So,
Yeah. Speaking of efficiency and saving time and whatnot, I can't.
all right, everyone. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Okay. Love you guys. Bye.